Hello, nerds. It's Wednesday. You know what Wednesday is? The day of GeekBeast and Binge-worthy. But right now we're in GeekBeast. I'm your host, Chuck, and with me we have Randy. Say what's to the people, Randy. You weren't ready for that intro. He's throwing off. I can't hear you, Randy.
I guess I was on mute.
Wow.
I guess I was on mute. Yo, what's up, GeekBeast? Chuck, what are we talking about tonight?
For those that don't know our show, we bring our news, we talk about the news, and we share our opinions, of course. But let's dive into the news today because, man, I was going through the Funk's news list. It's extensive. I say it's 50 pages worth of stories because it's so long. First of all, if y'all didn't know, Iron Sheik, the wrestler Iron Sheik, has passed away today.
Yeah, man. Condolences. Yeah, I saw that.
See, a lot of people don't know who the Iron Sheik is.
Iron Sheik was amazing.
Was a legend.
Yeah, he was from Iran.
Days before it was WWE.
Yeah, WWF.
The World Wrestling Federation.
Yep.
Iron Sheik was the villain for Hulk Hogan to defeat.
Do you all know why he was the villain?
Because he was Arab.
Because he was from Iran.
Yes.
And Vince McMahon is racist and brilliant at the same time. And it was kind of doing like the Iran controversy where they had the hostages and said, so Iran was very unpopular in America. Vince McMahon called the man the Iron Sheik and made him the champion. So then did Hulk Hogan, the I am a real American, could beat him to capitalize on it, man.
American racism. His Iron Sheik's real name is Hussein Khosrow Ali Vaziri. There is a great behind-the-scenes story of the Iron Sheik getting high with Randy Macho Man Savage.
Really?
Being pulled over by the police with cocaine and women in the car.
I bet. I bet.
They got pulled over. Cocaine apparently was everywhere. And they got out of it because Iron Sheik is the Iron Sheik. He was considered a villain. He's also a true-to-life wrestler. He was the Greco-Roman wrestling champion in 1971 in the Amateur Athletic Union. He actually got a gold medal during it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a professional fighter.
Okay. I can believe that.
And Sheik joined the WWF in 1979. Over the course of a 30-year career, Sheik became the WWF World Heavyweight Champion in 1983, as well as WWF Tag Team Champion with fellow old school heel wrestling Nikolai Volkov.
So they had a Russian and an Iranian against Americans. It's brilliant. Vince McMahon is a bad genius, man.
So he sat there and made these two characters and made them completely racist. And what makes it even bad is people actually believed these people were tyrants. Americans actually believed that two guys, one was Russian and one was from Iran, and they came over to America and stole the American titles.
Yes. And it was a setup for like Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Savage to beat him. And like Hulk Hogan's theme song is literally, I am a real American, fight for the rights of every man.
I did not know that was his real title.
That's the theme song. Yeah, Roddy can probably pull it up. It's like, I am a real American.
I would, but you know, we got them.
Okay. Right. We gotta be careful.
I was gonna say it makes sense because you know that was the height of the Cold War.
Yeah, right.
So it was like, yeah,
or like the Iran Contra, like crisis, all that stuff. Yeah, and Vince threw it all into a storyline. I tell anybody though, wrestlers have the best storyline, and they're the best speakers.
Currently, like AWE is Game of Thrones. It's the storyline.
Yeah, I
Thrones.
believe
It's
it.
so funny. I went to actually watch an AWE a championship match with Neeson,
Mhm.
a friend of GeekBeast and the Geekish Network. And the guys there actually run that hashtag show, which is about wrestling. And he was explaining to me they're setting up the story where every deal is either good or bad based on a handshake.
Mm. Okay. Yeah.
So people will give you a handshake or they'll take a handshake away from you. But the whole idea is based on the handshake. And he says this is like Game of Thrones. There are people that are out in the field fighting. There's people fighting behind the scenes in
Mhm.
another place. He says literally these things are connected, and this person's story is going to run into this person's story. Why did it all play out the way he said it?
Yeah. I
He,
believe it.
he
I
was like,
believe it. Yeah.
people don't understand. There's a lot of interesting people that have written for wrestling. Everybody from Bill Burr to Patrice O'Neill actually wrote the storylines for wrestlers.
Yeah, man. I love it. I
I
do.
think the smell that The Rock is cooking came from Patrice O'Neill.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but yeah, man. Back to the Iron Sheik. So yeah, the Iron Sheik, he was a cool character, man. I always like watching the Iron Sheik because he did the 4? He would sit on like your back and put your arms behind you, and then he grab your
Yep.
chin up like that. Yeah,
Yep.
man.
And Nikolai Volkov had the Russian sickle clothesline. I loved it. Ooh,
They had a Saturday morning cartoon. Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov was against Hulk Hogan. The faces against the heels. That's what it that baby
yep.
faces against the heels. And Roddy Piper, Iron Sheik, they were the heels, and like Wendy, what's her name? Hulk Hogan, like Macho Man, Junkyard Dog, and them. Yeah, I remember the Saturday morning cartoon.
Crazy. They put the Irish guy as the heel too
Yeah,
because of the
Lord
IRA
Kill.
in Russia. I mean,
Yeah,
in UK.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah, man. So racist and so beautiful at the same time.
and it's reflective of contemporary of the politics that were going on.
Exactly. That's what he did. Vince McMahon was a mad genius like that. Like in the 2000s when Stone Cold was real big, right? America was having images against their bosses. Like they were rebelling. Like they didn't like working.
Pop,
So you
pop.
got Stone Cold Austin, who Vince McMahon is trying to tell him what to do, and he won't listen because he wins the championship. So Vince McMahon is trying to say you're going to be a corporate champion like Hulk Hogan, like the rest of them. And Stone
Do
Cold is
what
like,
I say.
"F you, I'm gonna kick you out."
John 3:16.
John 3:16. Like he's Calvin Eliza. He had a black guy as a pimp who came to this ring with hoes. Be like, I'm gonna get my hoes up here.
And a guy that was a millionaire with a black guy that was his bodyguard,
Was his slave.
Ted DiBiase.
And DiBiase and Virgil. And
Right.
Virgil. Camel clutch, that's what it is. Mark called it out. The camel clutch. That was the Iron Sheik's move. Yeah. And Virgil, and after Ted DiBiase would beat people, Virgil would give them money and he would stuff it down in people's faces because they were knocked out.
Knocked out. Yep. It's wild. I mean,
So beautiful.
wild. And we so need a wrestling show on the network. So need a wrestling show. Next up, GameStop fires its CEO. GameStop, speaking of fighting, GameStop has fired CEO Matt Furlong. The company announced as part of its first quarter 2023 earnings on Wednesday. There's no immediate replacement, though board chairman Ryan Cohen has been appointed executive chairman. Cohen, who founded the e-commerce site Chewy, has invested in a number of meme stocks, including GameStop and Bed Bath and Beyond. His surprise sale of Bed Bath and Beyond stock in 2022 raised eyebrows and led to at least one lawsuit accusing him of pumping and dumping the stock. His initial investment in GameStop back in early 2021 led to an enormous rise in the stock and contributed to its status as a meme stock beloved by Reddit sub R Wall Street bets. Matthew Furlong was fired on June 5th without cause, the company wrote in the 10 10-Q furlong started at GameStop in 2021, which was after the beginning of the chaos with the GameStop stock price. And he oversaw things like GameStop's move into NFTs and layoffs at the company. So this CEO really did try to save the company, even though he definitely unmanned the GameStop. He pushed a lot of the inventory into the stores, created an NFT program that was doing okay. And they were like, and the executive chairman was like, nah, man, you ain't making me lose this company fast enough. You're supposed to sell this shit so I can get my money back. So we're gonna fire you for trying to save this motherfucker, and and I'm gonna be the CEO, executive chairman, and hold on to it until I can get this
And
thing.
that's what I was going to ask. It's not his fault the GameStop. He tried, right? I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's hard to beat online.
yeah.
I mean, Microsoft opened the store up and said if you pay $19.99 a month, you get every game ever made for free unless it's exclusive on PlayStation.
Right. So it's like, what? I mean, the times have changed, right? That business model.
And those PlayStation games are going to eventually find their ways onto the Xbox.
Yeah,
And Xbox's exclusive is going to find their way onto the PlayStation.
it was time to go. So I think that's messed up, But like you said, maybe that was his whole
Oh, you
his
didn't pump and
strategy.
dump, dog. I need you to
Yeah,
pump and dump.
right. Maybe the exit strategy wasn't right. Now, if he was hired for that reason, then he was wrong for trying to save it. You didn't watch Succession. It's a scene similar to that.
Is it?
Where he's hired to be a puppet. He literally tells him, he's like, your sister could really run his job, but then people would think she's telling me what to do. You're a puppet. I want to make you the CEO.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're like. If he bought him in, was like, you're here to be my puppet so you can dump and pump, so you can pump and dump. I need you to do this. And he like, nah, I'm going to save it.
Yeah. I guess that's what happened. I guess if I was the CEO and I thought I was going to help with the pump and dump, I think I would be like, nah, I'm going to try to save it. Because at the end of the day, my reputation's on this.
Yeah. So if he was bought in for that reason,
Yeah. And for
like
game,
David Zaslav, who's bought in to ruin mourners, and he seems to be doing an admirable job at that. But go ahead.
Furlong joined GameStop after 8 years at Amazon. Yeah, he's the CEO saying he's trying to save the company. I mean, GameStop, you walk into a GameStop, everybody looks overworked. People are there like, man, I am so tired. I've been here 3 days in a row for 12-hour shifts. Like it looked like they're always hiring now. GameStop is always hiring. I remember when GameStop was a job for kids because they all wanted to get in the gaming industry and they figured they could get in by being part of GameStop.
Right.
I remember me and the Funk would go on a GameStop marathon escapades where because GameStop used to have a deal, you buy used games, they'd have deals like buy 2 used games, get a used game free.
Mm-hmm.
What we would do is drive around Florida, Orlando or Tampa, depending when we did it. We were in grad school or in our studio, buy up like 15 games, dump them all back at one GameStop, then repurchase them all so you get the best deals possible on getting free games. My library is nothing compared to the Funk's library.
I can't imagine anybody's library on that level.
I mean, he's next level. He's next level.
I believe it. You ain't got it. Hey, you preaching to the choir here, son.
Make a wheel and create the library, the museum for video games, because he probably has the best stock of video games in existence.
We still need to like have him walk around with a camera and just.
I told you,
it's all.
I imagine
it's like an episode of Cribs, but like geek.
I imagine it's like Scrooge McDuck's Money Bin. Like he can just jump in, be swimming in games and equipment and stuff.
Yeah. The
like
man,
Scrooge McDuck just backstroking, and you be finding all kind of classic games and systems and stuff
It's
like
probably
that.
like there's probably like a real mint like Super NES cartridge in like a glass
Right.
case with like a spotlight on it, and it's like on
Yeah,
a
man.
pedestal.
yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah.
This
And
version
it's
of
got like it's got like a laser light alarm system. It's like
Yeah,
from
man.
yeah. So it's interesting. He says, nah, they're not out on display or shelves. You'll see a pile of big brown boxes. That is true. You think I keep things in boxes?
That's what he says now
Yeah,
because he has to because we're alive right now. But
yeah.
he
You know,
doesn't want to admit that like he's
you go into his pantry, it feels like a candy store. It's like
I bet.
you're in the world of Willy Wonka. You're like, where'd you get these M&Ms that are blueberry flavored and stuff? You like, don't worry about that. I got this stuff.
Like,
Like,
yeah, don't even ask questions.
Twizzlers. Like, I've never seen pink Twizzlers before. You're like, don't you worry about that.
Right.
One half some of them.
he's like I got a guy. I got a guy.
I got
Yeah.
favorite Pop Tart. Favorite Pop Tart. He'd be
I
like,
believe
shut
it.
your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Like,
I believe it 100%.
These Doritos right here, you can't get them anywhere but in the heart of Mexico. You gotta fight the cartel for them. And they got the bags right here.
The fuck almost like the Breaking Bad saw Goodman. You know, he got a guy who's got a guy.
Got a guy. Yep, that is it.
Probably amazing, just amazing.
Something else that we just found out. This is make Rodney really happy. Your Diablo 4 dev could get eulogized by Megan Fox.
Interesting.
That sounds very interesting, right? That's a hell of a title.
Yeah.
I die in a video game and Megan Fox is going to eulogize my death? What? People are just going to die on purpose. So Fox's latest Instagram post is pretty short, all of 20 seconds or so in length. But the premise is pretty simple. Share your last in-game breath with her, and she may write you a eulogy to tell the world how you lived in sanctuary. Be warned, though, that she may drag you if you died like a pathetic little goober.
I mean,
This is one of her eulogies. If there's one thing I love, it's the sight of blood, Fox said. Standing in a black dress in front of a burning candle, and in Diablo 4, there are rivers of it. Show me your
If there's
worst
one thing
in-game death with Diablo deaths. Hashtag Diablo deaths. And you might get a eulogy from yours truly, telling the world that you were out like a hero or a chump. You can post your deaths on TikTok or Twitter with the corresponding hashtag Diablo deaths. And on June 8th, Fox will begin reading eulogies for a bevy of Diablo 4 players. I'm going to let you know something. She looked hella sexy doing this. It made me almost buy the game.
for Megan Fox?
Yes, Megan Fox is sexy to me. I don't know about you. She's cute.
yeah, she's still freaking hot.
She's still hot.
This might be for the hardcore mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the hardcore mode, like if you die, your character's gone. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah. Hardcore mode is like you die, you're gone. So this is probably what that's for. So you can imagine like you get to like a level 99, you have all this crazy loot, and then you die, it's gone. Like your character's gone. There's no like saving it. So this is probably what it is. So
hardcore mode, we gotta figure that out. Oh my god,
it's crazy. They already have. They had the early access, right? So like 5 days ago it started. You basically had to buy the ultimate or it was like the the premiere ultimate edition. You got like 5 days early. They had a full on contest to see who could get to like level 100 in hardcore mode first. And then supposedly like you're going to I think the first 1,000 guys that do that get their name on a trophy.
Oh.
So this is probably tied into that too. It's like you're trying to go for that and you die. And then that's pretty crazy. That is crazy. I mean, they got I'm not even kidding you. My BattleNet friends list is nothing but Diablo 4, Diablo 4, Diablo 4. Everybody. And then Twitch, you go on Twitch, it's like everybody's playing Diablo 4. So it's like
Their game though.
it's a monster game. It's a huge. I mean, it's a huge franchise. I mean, I've been a fan of Diablo since the very first one. So, you know,
I can't
having four, but like the marketing behind it is crazy, right? The KFC stuff. Now Megan Fox, like, damn.
Yeah, Megan Fox almost made me go buy the game. I'm like, I'm about to go out here and play good enough just to die a horrible death so she can make fun of me. I can say, yeah, Megan Fox is making fun of me. That's right. She talked about Black Charles like it was the business. You know. Speaking of the funks are currently hooked on Milkiest Hershey Kisses. It's like a hot cocoa flavored cream center. She told y'all he got some stuff that nobody ever got. Like, where'd you get this from?
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, that sounds, man. I'm about to
absolutely amazing.
Randy, you may want to play Diablo 4 and die horribly trying to learn how to play a video game. You can play with your mouse though. You can walk around and click with your mouse. So you can click around and make it look awesome because you don't know what the hell you're doing. And she'll record your death.
I think Megan Fox is cute, but you know, I'm all right.
I'm just saying. She almost made
It's gonna be a Megan. It's gonna be Megan Good.
That if it has to be a Megan, I agree. It would be Megan Good. Guess what?
What's that?
Expendable 4 gives Jason Statham and Megan Fox their own Mr. and Miss Smith moment. So Expendable 4 is back. Expendables universe, you guys, and I'm here for it. I am so here.
Really?
Hell yeah. Man, after Fast and the Furious, dog, I've come to let action movies bring back the greatness of action movies from the 80s and 90s.
See, this is the problem with Fast. It's a contagion. It lowers the bar so low you just start accepting anything.
High quality at the most ridiculous levels. It's at the highest levels. It's like a helicopter that made a go with diamonds in the blades.
Then it's not useful.
Let's fly, it doesn't matter. But when Lil Wayne said that,
and I said it back then, I was like, the helicopter can't fly.
We thought we were hot boys.
Lord.
No, there was some middle school or high school kid that aspired to be a rich rapper to have helicopters with diamonds in the blades.
Oh God. Lord. I always said it. I was like, if it's a helicopter and it's a gold propellers and diamonds, it can't fly. You're gonna kill yourself.
Nobody told you to bring your reality into my rap fantasies. Expendables trailer, right? The trailer for Expendables 4, which hits theaters this fall, kicks off with Jason Statham and Megan Fox somewhere between a relationship and a fist fight over a file. After that, we've learned that there is another job for the Expendables, which sends Statham, which seems to be the main character this time around, and the crew off to a massive ship to protect the world from nuclear weapons. What? Along with these three, Expendable 4s will also co-star, guess who? Curtis 50 Cent Jackson.
Oh, 50's in it?
Andy Garcia, Sylvester Stallone, Tony Jaa, Randy Couture, Jacob Scipio, Dolph Lundgren, and Levi Tran. Dolph Lundgren. I said Landrum.
Lumberg, whatever his name is. Lundgren. The Russian.
Drago.
Yeah, Drago. Ivan Drago. We know who you talking about. Ivan Drago.
Whose son almost beat Creed.
He did beat him.
Yeah, the first time.
Then they had the rematch. Yeah,
come back and beat him up. After he went to the desert.
Yeah,
inside the tire to keep in close. That's right. But you don't want to believe helicopters in the blade. But
no, I don't believe helicopters are gold plated with diamonds in them.
But your foot in the tire is gonna make you such a great boxer. Less than a month for a rematch, you got your ass kicked. You didn't even heal good. You didn't even.
I like Creed.
Like I said. Randy, pick a side here, Randy. You're gonna be mad at Transformers because the robots transformed. They don't follow fit.
I'm mad at Transformers because it's a shitty movie.
No, I'm not saying that. But are you gonna be mad because they don't follow real world physics?
No, because they're Transformers.
Okay, and Expendables are old action heroes.
This should be sitting at home watching television.
And I know one thing. You know what should pop up? Let me tell you, should pop up. Toretto
What?
should pop up.
Who?
Dom Toretto should pop up in the Expendables movie.
He would be, yeah, he would, yeah. I can see him.
Oh man, you know what should pop up too? Us going into crosstalk for binge worthy right now. So let's bring in Rakai, like he's Dom Toretto, and he's gonna talk about family or something. Such a hater, Andy.
I just
You're such a hater.
I just can't.
Mhm.
I just
You see the hate I deal with over here, Rakai. You see
I
what
do.
over here? You
I
see
do.
I got
Doesn't he understand that you only live your life a quarter mile at a time?
I don't even know what that's from. Because I don't watch that shit. I don't
That's
watch
the first Fast and Furious.
Oh,
2001,
that's
son.
some years ago. I don't remember
Exactly.
yeah. Quarter mile at a time. They need to bring
Quarter
that
mile
line
at a time.
But no, we're talking
It's all
about
about family.
Expendables 4. So I guess they're gonna do the Expendable 4 universe. And Shaw is the main character in it.
I'm for it.
Me too.
Maybe they do a mix up like
dude who looks like he could still kick ass. It would be Jason Statham.
no, Jason Statham. Yeah, I don't want to mess with Jason Statham.
Nah, he like he kicked somebody's ass.
Yeah, I believe that 100%.
Actually, I want to see some more Wesley Snipes. Hell, he didn't get enough shine in the last movie.
So y'all seen these movies? Oh God,
I seen the Expendables.
Wait. My question is,
What movie are you talking about?
you haven't seen these movies?
I saw the first one and I was like, oh my God, why?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with
Spend all
Randy
your
on
time
that one.
seeing Little Mermaid, huh?
Nah, man, it's worth every moment. It is classic action hero stuff. It's
Wait, what are we talking about? Expendables?
And the last, and what was the last one with Jason Van Damme? I mean,
Van Damme was in the last one.
Van Damme was in the last one.
And my favorite action hero, who's sometimes an action hero, Antonio Banderas.
Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, they had the mariachi in the last one.
They did have the mariachi in the last one.
So they're making this to be the fourth one.
Rambo.
But is Megan Fox in this new one?
Yes, yeah, we just got to talk about her and Jason Statham have a Mr. and Mrs. Smith type scene.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it out?
No, the trailer.
No.
The
trailer came out
See,
today.
just when the strike couldn't, I'm not for the strike, but like something should have been shut down.
This is when all the trash stuff comes out. Everything that they've had on the shelf that they didn't want to bring out because it was trash, it's all coming to the theater.
Oh God.
Or to TV.
I would not say Expendables is trash.
I would.
For audience, and it knows its audience very well. It does what it does. It's like a scary movie. When you watch horror has an audience. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You just know, what you get when you watch a you know what you get when you watch a Blumhouse film. You watch a Rob Zombie horror film, you know exactly what you're getting.
Yeah. It's like, like going to a horror movie and you get upset when for the 975th time the white girl twists her ankle and falls. You knew it was coming. What you get
running in high heels?
Why are you yelling at the screen?
She came to the bed in lingerie in a cabin of all places, and her boyfriend had his throat slit on the bed, and she sat there and stared at him for like 10 minutes. She was wondering why he wasn't moving as she was gyrating at the foot of the bed.
Oh God. I can't.
Randy, what are we watching today? What are we talking about?
Y'all don't what are we watching? American Born Chinese. Y'all done threw me off with this Expendables 4 stuff. American Born Chinese. That's what we're watching tonight on Binge Worthy.
Okay. I would say hot takes, but I don't think I'm going to do hot takes on this right now. I think people should tune in because there's some discussion to be had. There's a discussion to be had on this show, and Disneyfication of graphic novels. Disney's not always good at things, and it's probably not Disney the channel It is the expectations held by people making creative content for that streaming network. Because cause to be on that, that's to be on that network, be on that streaming service.
You know, you're
target.
saying a lot. Let's
Oh,
talk
okay.
about.
Okay, we will come back. Right now, it's
And
8:05. We'll come back in 10 minutes. So we'll be back at 8:15 Pacific Standard Time. That's 11:15 Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be talking about American-born Chinese. Shout out to Digital Click for keeping us looking good. Shout out to the Funk for curating. Man, we got a lot of stories to go through on Friday. Man, we got so much. There's so much good content that the Funk put together. And then shout out to Rodney for always keeping us together in production and direction. With
Shout
that,
out to Mark too for being in the chat and
Mark,
joining.
thanks for being in the chat. Mark, come right back because you got to hear what we got to say about him. I think we're about to be the hottest take show on this one show ever. All right. With that being said, peace.
Peace.